Hello, everybody. It's Maya again, and today I just want to offer you guys a new and exciting way to understand your astrology, and in particular, your North Node placement. And I know that many of you are here because you enjoy learning about astrology. And many of you are also here because you enjoy learning about the higher realms and psychic phenomenon. And today I asked the question, how can we bring together a video that addresses both of those topics at once? And that's when I thought of sharing with you something I enjoy quite a bit, which is working with the Sabian symbols in astrology. And I thought we'd just take a moment and share about how these symbols came to be. And for anybody who is interested in tuning into a particular part of your chart in a different way that's a little bit less technical, a little bit more creative, this is definitely going to be for you. So what are the Sabian symbols in astrology? Basically, these are highly visual descriptions of every degree and every sign in the zodiac. They're almost like little vignettes that describe the particular degree of every sign. So there's 360 of them, of course, because we have 12 signs with 30 degrees in each sign. And basically, so no matter where you have a placement in the zodiac, let's say you've got something, at 2 degrees of Cancer. Well, there's going to be a visual description to represent what 2 degrees of Cancer looks like, feels like. There's a Sabian symbol for that particular degree, right? And sometimes in my own life, I'll get really stuck or over technical in trying to understand something in my chart. And when I just feel like I need to understand this with a different part of my mind, I need to feel this degree in my chart. I need to feel it. I need to merge with it. And that is when I always consult the Sabian symbols, and it usually helps me to get unstuck. So how did these symbols come to be? To go back to the psychic and astrology component of this. I love this. So basically how these Sabian symbols came into be. This was actually a very epic collaboration that occurred in 1925 between Mark Edmund Jones, who was an astrologer and was very scientific in his approach, and Elsie Wheeler, who was actually a medium, a very successful spirit medium who did her work primarily via clairvoyance. And, Mark basically felt that what was available regarding the understandings of the particular degrees in astrology was not satisfactory at that time, and that he wanted to offer the public something more, a new, more nuanced way of understanding, in simple terms yet, each degree of the planets, okay, and signs. And so anyway, what he decided to do is he actually approached Elsie because he felt that she was extremely gifted in clairvoyance, and he devised a little exercise for them to do together. And basically, this is what happened. The two of them together went to Balboa Park, and this is the simplest thing and yet is so beautiful and powerful. And this is in San Diego, California, and still exists today, of course. And what he did is he had taken note cards in advance, and he wrote all of the signs and each of the degrees on the back of these note cards. So he had 360 of these note cards. And he and Elsie sat together in his car. He wanted to be in sort of a high vibe place, which apparently Balboa Park is, but also have quiet, so that she could really tune in clairvoyantly. And I love this. I love this so much because I do my readings mostly clairvoyantly, and that is so important to be able to just kind of go within and shut out the outside world. And what he did is he would shuffle the cards, and then he would pull one out, and he would not tell her what it was. Neither one of them would know what the card said. But let's say it said 13 degrees of Pisces or something like that. He would put that on the back side, and then he would hand her the card, and he would just say, "What do you see? What do you see? What's coming to you? What do you see?" And so she was psychically connecting with the energy of the planet and degree, and she would tell him, here's what I see for 13 degrees of Pisces. I should have looked that one up in advance to tell you guys, but here's the scene that I see, and it would come to her instantly, which is exactly how clairvoyance works. It's so much information in a single second. And he really quick would scratch down okay, this is what she saw for this. And they brought through these images, these clairvoyant visions for every sign and degree in one day. I think that they did it in 4 sections together. And now these symbols of each of the signs and degree are freely available to all of us to help us better understand our charts. And of course, I'll link below more information about the story of the origins for these Sabian symbols if you guys want to dig deeper, an article about that. And then I'll also link below a website called Inside Degrees, where you can click the degree of your North Node or any other planetary configuration in your chart, and you can experience it in a whole new way. And you guys, whenever I am stuck, I always find myself going back to the Sabian symbol for my North Node. And it literally just describes my inner experience in relation to trying to achieve this North Node energy in a way that nothing else could. And I'll read it to you today. I keep it saved on my computer, and I made it really beautiful to inspire me creatively. I'll include it here in the video. My North Node is at 4 degrees of Pisces, and the Sabian symbol is mushrooms springing up everywhere. To give you guys a little taste, it says, you're being engulfed by external and internal factors and facets that suddenly are there everywhere and come right in. No boundaries, no separate container. The universal life force, carrier, and representative, incapable of pulling away from the collective call of life, is intoxicated with it all, massively taken over by emergent currents in whatever feels vitally important, impressionable and suggestible, with an unbelievable depth and intensity, absorbing the shock of all that is happening here, raw and impelled to rally people around, to bring everybody alive, to make it happen. You ooze conviction and resonance with the basic core spirit in each and all, 300% all the way. Chills, you guys. When I'm in alignment, this is what I experience when I'm really in alignment with my calling. Now, if you guys want to know where am I on the spectrum between my North Node and my South Node, it can also be really cool to look at the Sabian symbol for your South Node as well, which will be in the opposite sign but at the same degree. So for me, it'd be Virgo, 4 degrees of Virgo. So anyway, if you guys are just looking for a new way to understand your North Node, relate to your North Node, feel into it from, a different place in your mind, from a more creative, more intuitive place, then check out the Sabian symbol for your North Node and let me know what you think. Let me know if it helps you to better understand that energy that you're aiming for in this lifetime. And if you want, share the degree and sign of your North Node in the comments below. So thank you guys so much for being here today. It is an honor and a pleasure to have you all here as part of the Maya's Dream community. I hope that you guys like learning about your Sabian symbols and have an amazing day today, and namaste.